Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Domingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
All right, you guys, podcast time. We got the equipment and the perfect business plan. Give our show away for free and tell no one how to find it. Ready? I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
First up, she's the queen of sarcasm, the empress of eye rolls. This Jersey gal's infectious giggle will always make you smile. The glamorous agitator with style and sass. And her sidekick, he is an old man with the energy, focus, and reading ability of a first grader on a sugar rush. Together, they will dissect world issues, slice through the social justice shenanigans, and make you laugh while the world burns. Here are your hosts, the Duchess and Jamingo.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Boomer Bunker Monday edition. Duchess, how you doing? Have you recovered from your Packers loss?
Well, I don't care about the Packers.
I'm sorry. Steelers lost.
Steelers lost. I'm a little devastated still.
Packers.
It was a rough night at my house on Saturday night.
It's not, you know what? I don't know what's worse, getting blown out or being close and losing it right at the end. Because you got to go through. I don't know. What do you think?
So I'm all about the competition. So I love watching the teams fight it out, especially when they're evenly matched. Like, so it's a great game. I would be sad if my team lost that way, but at least I knew they put up a fight.
Right.
We did not. So we just kind of rolled over and we like, here's our belly. And the Ravens were just like, thank you. And just ripped us apart. It was just, we tried. We got a couple points up on the board, but it was just, I think the Ravens were just tired. But the defense shouldn't have been tired because they were barely on the field. How the offense kept scoring points. Our defense was wrecked. I mean, there was just no way that we could do this. Do we have some company in the house?
You know what? It looks like we have a bunch of people that came over from of Soft Weeklies here.
Oh,
and
soft.
He said, see, I've been having like a little Twitter battle with
a little back and forth
with Steel Toe.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Aaron M. Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, M. Holt. And, well, basically, I know this isn't really part of what we talk about, but apparently they're having something out in Vegas called Hackamania. And it's where a bunch of Dabbleverse people go to
hacks. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't call them hacks, but they go out there to meet shows you don't like Carl from WATP and.
Well, I don't watch them, but yes.
And the Potato, Cardiff Electric, and
I find him amusing occasionally. Yes.
They go to congregate.
Yeah.
So apparently, Aaron M. Holt, I guess somehow there was supposed to be a boxing match, and he's like, "I'll take on all 5 of you." Oh, and I'm like, "This is bull." I knew it was bullshit. He's never going to fight anybody. I'll tell you what, he is the tallest, doughiest white boy. Like, for somebody that works out and boxes. Now, listen, I know I'm a physical specimen, but.
Sorry.
But I'm not one that trains and boxes and shit. So anyhow, all right, Soft. I understand. I hated Steel Toe first. I was the first one. All right, I get it.
Okay. It's all good.
So
Boys, no need to fight.
So they're sitting there, and the next thing you know, he's like, well, so then, like, he wanted to fight Patrick Melton from No One Likes Onions, Carl from who are these podcasts?
Right.
Puppet Tukey. Just a bunch. He was like
Puppet,
five,
right? It's the puppet.
5 of them. He's going to fight.
Okay.
So they're like, "We're in. We'll do it. Let's do it."
And he's like,
So then he's like, "Well, you got to get a boxing license, and you have to have
You
a
do?
physical." No, because what man says I'm going to box and then says, "Oh, we have to do all this." Is his way out. Oh, because I don't want to get suspended because I teach kids how to box, and
he's
I
kind of already in
spar.
enough trouble. I suppose he shouldn't be.
I mean, so I
Shit where
just
he
said,
eats.
what pussy says, "Oh, you got to get a box"? Just go out and fight. If you're going to fight. Listen, I understand. Put gloves on so you don't kill each other. This
Well, yeah, you're not like, it's not breast knuckles, right? It's just a boxing match.
Most of the podcasters that are in this Dabbleverse are the most out of shape.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, nobody's boxing.
It sounds like I could fight him.
Let's not get crazy.
Well, I go to the gym more than some of these guys, I'm sure, but
you're falling into it. You're falling into like, oh, I'll fight him.
No. I didn't say I would fight him. I said I could, but I'm not going to. I'm not fighting men. Are you nuts?
So you were going to fight Eric the other day. You're going to go out and fight
Well, he's
Eric.
close to my height. He's like that much taller than me, right?
I get it. We're talking about Eric Zane. So
No, we're not.
anyhow, so we, and then all of a sudden, like, this is the way he backs out.
Yeah.
He backs out of the fight, which we knew. And who didn't know he was going to back out of this fight? It's just a way of him to be able to get some likes. And listen, they do a show on Fridays called This Little Piggy about all the nonsense that goes on Steel Toe Morning Show. It's ridiculous. Today, his co-host Johnny, the guy with MS, he's got the flu. And instead of taking the day off, he comes in with the flu. So he's coughing and hacking and whatever. I mean, whatever. It's his show. So anyhow, back to NFL. Thanks for coming in here, Softon. Thanks for dragging a few of the Dabbleverse guys in.
Always nice to see new folks as well as our regulars. Thank you.
Hey, listen, these guys are the guys from the Dabbleverse are brutal. You don't want them in this jet. They'll come in here. I'll be fat. You'll be old.
I'll be dumb. Yeah.
We're all dumb. Okay. I mean, listen,
Right.
They are champion fucking trollers. Hey, they made Aaron's wife quit.
Well,
they basically trolled her so hard she quit. And then
that poor soul. Yeah.
I get a bunch of shit because at the time I was a fan of Steel Toe. And then I said, who knew the best part of Steel Toe would leave and start fucking a coked out lawyer?
Oh,
leave the show.
Damn.
Just the best part of the show that left. It's one thing I hate
Who'd
about
have thunk, right?
It's one thing I
Poor
hate
April.
about the Dabbleverse. They drove her away from the show, and now the show blows.
Well,
and then she does too. Just a lawyer from Minnesota.
Damn.
She's part of a throuple.
Well, if they're happy, that's all that matters.
So tonight with the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a pretty good game tonight. It's going to be Detroit Lions versus the Rams. I don't know who
It's the Vikings.
What did I say?
The Rams.
The Rams. I'm sorry. It's the Vikings and the Rams.
Yes.
See, this is what happens when you get old. It's the Vikings and the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who. Like I said, I really don't care who comes to Philadelphia. Well, okay. Soft's over there. Is he drunk yet? Usually Soft.
It's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Thank you, Soft. You're being very.
It's like 5:30. I'm sure he's into his
fine.
second 6-pack of beer.
We're talking about football.
Coors Light.
I like Coors Light.
It's the worst beer.
I know, but it's like 100
water.
calories, so it's all good.
It's horrible.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to address the Lions. My ultimate pick for Super Bowl is Bills Lions. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
So that's going to be a great game. So
yeah, except the Lions aren't going to make it because the Eagles are going to beat either the Rams.
You think
or
so?
The Vikings.
Okay.
Sure. And then they'll go in and play the Lions. I'm telling you right now, don't get me wrong. I think the Lions have a really.
The Lions have been amazing. This has been a year.
But
for
they're
them.
hurt. And you know something?
And they're still fucking winning. They're coming
okay.
back. They're bringing them back.
All right, but you know the Eagles defense is no slouch. I mean,
because the offense ain't killing it. Yeah.
They held the Packers to 10 points.
Because they kept fucking losing guys. They kept murdering them on the field. I mean, how many did they roll off the field? Well, one of your guys got trucked out. So
what are you telling me? Yeah,
and he's done.
Defense,
and he's done for the season, by the way.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
The Eagles defense took out 3 of their wide receivers.
Okay.
And one of their linebackers. I mean, they were carting them off. It was like a body bag.
Well,
game.
luckily for you, the defense was doing it because the offense wasn't really killing it.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing that bothers me right now.
Your quarterback was like chucking shit in the dirt.
You know something? I watched some of the.
I mean, mine weren't doing great either, but I was like,
the next gen stats.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. Nobody was open. They could. It wasn't like Jalen Hurts. He had nobody to throw to. They were all covered. So I'm looking at the offensive coordinator. I'm like, dude, they know what you're doing before you even do it. You're gonna have to switch it up. Do something.
They got to change the plays up. They tried that. They tried it with the Steelers. It seemed that it didn't seem to be run, pass, which seems to be their standard. And then like 4th down, punt, like it was just the same lather, rinse, repeat. And they kept giving it to Najee Harris. They just murdered him over and over and over. So at least they were passing it. But when the game opened with the first pass to Muth and he dropped it, I'm like, we're done. Like right there, I'm like, game over. Like, I don't even know why I'm watching. And I love them. And I was just like, this is how it starts. Like they opted to receive. Why?
I get it.
Why?
I get it. But I'm still Team Eagles. I didn't.
I
like
still love my
yesterday.
boys. I don't care. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the game yesterday. I thought that they really had they tried to give that game away.
They really did.
But like I said, we'll see what's coming.
They got through. They got through. And you know what? I do like. Who's the quarterback for the Packers? Is it Jordan? Is it Jordan Love?
Yeah,
I like him. I think he's a good quarterback.
Very good quarterback.
I think with his receivers getting hurt and the defense kind of scrambling, I think made it difficult for him.
He also threw 3 interceptions.
Well, that doesn't help.
I know you say that
I'm razzing you about him. No, the Eagles were good. They outplayed them.
They're not that good. I mean, look, the Packers players kept getting hurt. Why was that? Did they trip and fall and hurt themselves? No.
Yes.
No, they did not. There's 3 interceptions. So I'm sure the chat's
moving right along.
Yeah.
Changing the subject. Changing the subject. There you go. There's your little transition, dude.
All right. Listen, I'm sad. I know you are not a TikTok user, but I'm sad it's going away.
Is it? Did they rule it's going away?
Well, they say it's going away on the 19th.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because
quality videos.
No. There's people I find people on there that I think I love it. I love their content. I found a lady about a week ago. Now, I've been into cooking, right? I'm dude cooking and
right.
Okay. So there is a woman. She's like my spirit animal. Like she cooks like I kind of want to cook. And I have one of her videos here, and it just embodies the Jamingo-esque.
I wonder if I know who she is then.
Chef. Well, we're going to find out.
All right.
I have no desire to cook.
Absolutely.
People in my house have a desire to eat, so let's make something because they must be fed every fucking night, and it must be done by me, I guess. I am not sure what we're eating tonight, but it's going to involve this sausage, I think, because I have it in the fridge. Sausage chopped. Let's melt some butter. Nope, I don't want to do that. Olive oil, because I don't have to dirty a utensil to get olive oil out.
Okay, now that's what I do. I'm like, what am I going to put butter in here? I'm going to dirty a spoon or a knife.
I've seen her before, yeah.
Okay. All right, so
she's like the angriest, so resentful. She has to feed her family, which is the shtick, but it's like,
of course.
Okay.
But did you know where she's from?
No.
We have to find her.
Is she in Jersey? Is she a Jersey girl?
No, she's not.
Okay.
She is from Jenison, Michigan.
All right, all of our Michigan people, find her.
Her name is Jen, and she's from Jenison.
Jen from Jenison.
Yeah, and her
what is it? Applesauce and ADHD. Okay.
Applesauce and ADHD.
Okay.
I have to find her because I gotta find her. I mean, just the whole I mean, she kind of reminds me a little bit of Lisa, like that attitude that Lisa has.
Yeah, her name's Jessica.
Yeah, That's what I said. What did I say? Jen? Jessica. Jess.
You said
I'm
Jen.
sorry. Jess. Jess from Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got to find her. I
Yeah.
really do.
She's on YouTube. We can definitely track her down.
Yeah. I got a bunch of people out there in Michigan. I know they're going to be on it. We'll figure out who they are.
Sparky says we can invite her on the
would
show.
invite her.
Well, I don't know if she'd want to be
absolutely-
on the show, or we could talk to her off air even and just play the interview. We could do
Yeah,
that
I
too.
can do that too.
That could be bonus material, Mr. Jamingo. We could do
Bonus. Yes.
that.
All right. So now,
Mhm.
one of the things I've been seeing on TikTok is their TikTok people. They make a lot of money. Like
They
the
do.
TikTokers that are really like a lot of money. And now this is going away and they're pissed.
Of course.
Well, it's the government wants, they're afraid that the Chinese are going to get all their information. And that's the government of this country's job to get all their information.
They've got your information, but yeah.
Okay. So what happened? Somebody found out that the Chinese
Mhm.
have another app, which is this, but it's the actual Chinese.
Called Toctic.
Well, they call it Red Note. It's called
Red Note. There you go.
And they
Oh,
found it,
I
and they
just
all
referenced that.
started signing. All the TikTokers
There you
are signing up for Red Note.
go. Okay.
Okay, so now it went to the number one app on the App Store. They're going right to China. It's like,
Right.
fuck this. We're going right to China. We don't give a shit. And now they're like, the Americans are like, we love this Chinese TikTok. They're very polite in the comments. They don't call us like fat, dumb cunts like, they do in regular TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And, but the name of the company in Chinese is Zhihangsu. I think that's what it's called. I don't know.
Say it like that?
Well, so what they're doing is like the Americans that go over there, they get the comments, they copy them, they put them in Google Translator and translate it from Chinese to English.
Ooh, okay.
And it's like, oh, if we can learn how to speak English from these people here. So I don't know, but again, there's a workaround. Why is it that the government has to get involved in this bullshit? Just let people be on.
Because they're not getting their kickback. That's why. Not making any
I'll be
money
honest
off
with you, because TikTok is slaying Facebook. Facebook's over. Facebooks are for the old
Olds.
boomers.
Yeah.
They're
Olds
still
like
old.
us. Yeah.
They don't know how to do anything else. I'm not going on the Twitter. The Instagram and the that's all I
The
need.
Insta face. I don't like doing that.
Yeah, I don't like the Facebook and the Discord. I can't.
Oh my God. I mentioned I was in a Discord and my youngest daughter was like, Discord? I'm like, well, I'm not a mental patient. It's not hard. I'm like in like 12 servers. She's like, what?
You're way more than 12 servers.
I might be 12. Maybe 13.
I think you're in way more than 12.
I don't think I am.
Okay. Well,
Maybe I am.
I'm just saying. But again, here
I was in a couple more, but I think I left them.
Oh, you left them? Okay.
Maybe.
So
there's too many. Like I can't keep up with some of them.
yeah, Red Note was launched. They launched it in 2013.
Okay.
It's valued over $3 billion.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
They say it's like a blend between TikTok and Pinterest. So I guess there's boards that you have there.
Interesting. Okay.
And if the guy that's from Shark Tank, the bald
Mr.
guy,
Wonderful.
Mr.
Yeah.
Wonderful, he's trying to buy
Kevin,
it.
somebody or other. Yeah.
Kevin Meaney? No, not Kevin Meaney.
Eeny meeny.
Eeny Meany. Kevin Leary. Kevin Leary.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's
There
the
you
one
go.
that's supposed to be buying it. So
Good for him. He'll make a fuck
We'll
ton of
see.
money.
well, why would
He will.
China buy it?
O'Leary.
Why wouldn't China just kick America out? Well, to be honest with you, we are one of the biggest consumers, probably.
Mhm.
So
That's right. If you get a giant investor, I mean, clearly he's willing to invest the money into it.
what they should do
20 billion is what
Is
Bob
what-
says.
they should take
That's crazy.
all the people that voted to ban TikTok, all the representatives that voted for it, they should put it up,
All the
and put it-
Republicans
and vote
probably.
them all out. Out. Fuck
Do they,
you.
have do they have a list of all of them?
Sure they do.
Because I'm sure it's all the
Sure they do.
Republicans. It's a
Yeah, it's
fuckload
all,
of them.
you think so? Probably.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably. You can see
January.
ladies' breastises, but ban it.
No. You can't. There's no nudity on TikTok. Twitter, they'll show you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Ew. Thank you.
Twitter, you'll get a.
Yeah, that's not my algorithm, but every once in a while it is, and that's not good. That's not cool. Stop fucking with me. I don't like that.
Right.
I'm really not clicking weird things.
I don't know. I'm just like I said. I hope it doesn't go away. There's a lot. I mean, it depends on what you're into. It'll feed you what you want. If you want to see girls with big bouncy boobs, they got that.
Yeah, no wonder you'll be sad when it goes away.
Well, you say that.
Well, that's your thing, right? I'm not looking at TikTok for that. I don't even look at TikTok anymore. I just stopped using it. I can't. There's too much. I can't.
Too much for you?
It's a too much of a time suck. I'm involved.
Right.
I'm on enough social platforms. Like if I'm on TikTok, I will literally lose hours down a rabbit hole.
Right. See,
I just can't.
You get people like this.
Out here in 2024 and you are staring at a girl's chest when she's out in public, shame on you.
Really, girl. She's like, shame on you, but she can't sit still.
She's moving her foot. She's moving her arm. She's got to get them big tatas
Stop.
swinging.
Literally stop. You have self-control. Use it.
You don't have self-control. Look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm subscribed to her because
Is she on OnlyFans? Of course.
She is on OnlyFans.
Shocking. Of course. How much money?
Listen, that's what these internet hoes do. There's always room for Jello. Certainly, this
Our
girl.
eyes are up here. You don't need to stare.
Listen, I'm not.
Girl, if you look, stop. Okay, so for whoever's not watching this, it's a young lady who's beautiful with a very, 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 very tight shirt on and very large boobs, and like she's like, "Stop, shame on you!" And every time she says like something, like she shakes her whole body.
It makes us so uncomfortable.
It does not make you uncomfortable. She's just humongous boobs. And because she's little, so they're very pronounced. And
Yes, they are.
In
fact,
it's creepy. How old is she?
I don't even know.
Your daughter's age?
Her whole TikTok. What?
6 inches of snow where I live. So today I want to show you how the Ford Bronco Raptor will.
I don't even know what she's saying.
Is she even talking? Yeah.
I don't even know what she's saying. I can't get enough of these.
Does she have one shirt?
Perform.
I thought so.
I'm gonna drive down a road that has not been plowed yet.
He says she's
thinks
the boobs are rubber and fake.
I don't think so. They're too jiggly. They're what I call golden jumblies.
Yeah.
Those.
There you go. Googlehead says, I enact my female privilege and stare.
Absolutely.
I would stare. Look, when you walk by, someone walks by and they're that big, like everybody looks, and especially if you're wearing something that clearly is enhancing them. Clearly, crystal clear, front and center. God bless her.
Right. In the car.
Red says would. Of course.
Who wouldn't? So
Googlehead says I'd be looking. I would look too. You can't.
So you think
you
it's
go, girl. God bless you. Gravity hasn't
her
hit you
uniform, but no, she's got other
Why
shirts.
the Ford Bronco
Same
Raptor
color,
is the best
different color, same
out
shirt.
there on
Okay.
the market in 2024.
Okay.
Not
What's the
only is
next
it the
one?
best off-roading vehicle,
Who
but it's
knows?
the best stock off-roading vehicle because it comes.
Hang on. Let's just do something. Let's back it up.
Jody said he plowed her street.
Look, no audio. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like watching Magic Mike. Like you don't need any of the words.
Right. Who even cares? I didn't even know what hair color she had, to be honest with you.
Okay, Red says the right one's bigger. I don't think so. I think she's leaning, and I think it's all perspective.
I think it's the left one. The left one, it looks, because it's on the right, but it's her actual left boob. The reason I say that,
because she's tilted. Because you've looked. Oh,
you know me.
You
I'm
studied,
very thorough
doing your
with
homework?
my show prep.
Dirty old bugger.
I went to OnlyFans just to check out what was going on there. And Red is right. The left one is bigger.
He says the right one is.
Well, I think it's because he's looking at the right one. But if you turn it around, it's actually the left one.
See, there you go. She's pushing it up. Women know the move. Yep.
See? I don't know. I mean, that's going away. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, I bet you'll find something. If it's not that, it'll be something else. Well, they'll be on Twitter now, so she'll just be pushing it on Twitter. That's okay. Her ex.
Here's the thing. They're driving everybody to Instagram and YouTube Shorts and Instagram stories. That's where they're going to go. But the thing is, you can't find them on Instagram, like the algorithm. Like I said, if I watch 3 of her videos and then just scroll past, then I get nothing but big boobed women.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that. Now, there's other, like I said.
Of course you are.
But here's the thing about TikTok that I've learned is you can get out of anything. Like if I don't want to be in big boobed TikTok anymore.
You may as well be dead.
If that happens, then what I do is I put in something like crock pot recipes, and then crock pot recipes come up.
And then all the algorithms go, what? Like, what the fuck is wrong? Who possessed this guy?
Dirty old man is done watching boobs. He wants to find something to eat.
All right, he's having a stroke. Can you smell the toast? He wants crock pot chicken recipes.
He needs a crock pot chicken recipe.
So
it goes
here you go, Bob.
TikTok.
Well done.
Damn, can that be the title of this episode?
I don't think it can. I don't think
you can
try.
TikTok. All right, that's the first chance.
TikTok, maybe, if it doesn't take that.
I like TikTok. Okay, TikTok might work. Okay. That might work for the title.
Budvugger wants to know if TikTok performers will be able to apply for unemployment.
I don't think so.
Oh,
although,
too bad.
Now there's another woman that I fancy, and she's out of Texas, and she's a real estate agent.
Shocking. Okay.
But she also does TikTok videos, and she was saying that she makes as much money from TikTok as she does from selling real estate. Now you would think that somebody that sells real estate in these markets that sells like 1 or 2 houses a month at these prices and gets a 7% income. All right, let's go 3.5%. Maybe she splits it.
Assume you're splitting it 3%. Let's say 3%.
That's a lot of money. So to say that you're making more money on TikTok, no, that's a lot.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what she looks like. I'm sure she falls into a certain algorithm that John Domingo spends all his money on. And
I don't spend all my money. Again, like I said,
some of it.
It's show prep. You know what? I care about this show, and I am someone that goes and I research this story. My realtor did it for 2%. Yeah, they start.
I appreciate the hard work you do. Looking at boobs.
Yes.
For us.
Yes.
Wow.
I have
Thank
to.
you. Thank you.
Somebody's got to do it. Damn it.
It's not going to be me.
I'm just the man for the job.
I'm just the man. Who's going to look at all these tits? John Domingo. Give him a call.
2744.
Oh, God damn it.
It's going to go on the board right there.
Fucking A. Turd. Budbugger says your money's tied up in Pork Belly's Kleenex. Maybe not in that order, but yes.
He knows me. I tell you.
He's your spirit animal.
Yes, he is.
He's Domingo Jr.
All right. Here's an interesting story. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Changing the subject now.
Oh, thank God.
I know. You're very, very upset.
I'm devastated. I don't care. That's fine. You look at all the boobs you want. Whatever.
There is in Austin, Texas, some clown, I don't know who this is playing a joke on businesses. And they're going at night or whatever, and they're putting a sticker in the window, and it's quite the controversy.
All right.
Saw this sticker on the front window of women's clothing store Rare Trends in East Austin, reading exclusively for white people, maximum of 5 colored customers. There's also a
colored? What colored are you talking about? They're putting outside the window. White only.
Can you imagine? Oh my God.
And the store doesn't know that this is on the window.
Because they don't see it. Nobody pays attention to the window.
They come in the back door or whatever. They don't see it.
Sparky
city
says, what
logo.
Is this, the 50s? We're getting there.
And above it, sponsored by the City of Austin Contemporary Partition and Restoration. Caroline Gray is the director of sales and marketing for the store. She came in Wednesday expecting an average day, not knowing what was on the store's front window.
Come in from the side and in through the front door, off to the left, so I don't see the front of the sign when I come in the door.
That was until the phone started ringing.
And she said, I just walked by your store and there's a sign in the window that says you only allow white people to shop. And I was like, what?
That's not true. That's a lie. Black people can come in, just not more than 5 at a time.
That's awful. That's awful. That's really shitty. That's shitty to do to somebody's business.
Well, you think that was just a bakery? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Gray walked outside and saw it for herself. Austin police came to the store to investigate. It turns out Rare Trends is not the only business hit by vandals with the sticker. It was also put on Windmill Bicycles and El Chiquito Restaurant on Manor Road. The city's code enforcement officers will be looking for other stickers and the person or people posting them.
Sticker Mule. Go to Sticker Mule and see if they can find out where.
Oh, my God. Don't promote them with this. That's terrible. They're like, we're getting requests for white people only.
Yeah, excuse me, where can I get those white only stickers?
Oh my God. That's really awful. Like
I think it's a great joke.
Well, it is a great joke unless you're a customer service based business where you depend on people, and if you're in a place with a lot of foot traffic, people are going to call. So I think that now you have to put it on social media. Now you have to say we called the police. There's a lot you have to do to offset a prank like that,
right.
Especially today, because everybody's so happy to cancel people,
right,
for anything.
Oh, this is horrible. I would never put that sticker on there.
I'm going to take a picture of it and put it on Facebook and yell about it. Yeah, that's it. Instead of dealing with it directly. Yeah, that's what we do. That's the world we're in.
We have to say that, but
Oh my God, shut up.
Well, there's a lot of shoplifting going on in Austin, Texas.
Yes, are you thinking that only black people do that?
Well, if you go by percentages and, by the trends.
That's
true.
That's broad.
Hey,
that's a real broad brush, my friend.
Again, I'm just saying it's statistics. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
See, happens to be that way.
You want to provide those statistics?
I'm sure you can go to the Department of Labor.
Sure, I can just shout something out.
Wherever they have those statistics.
The statistic
where they will be. That's where they will be.
All the statistics.
All the statistics. Hold on.
Got it. All the statistics. Okay.
All the tits. Okay.
Aaron says, we know a guy who can make them. We do. Should we shout him out? Or Jason. He doesn't need that PR.
I need 500 of these stickers.
Don't tell anybody, please.
You think? Yeah, don't tell anybody, and definitely don't put Brand X podcast, Boomer Bunker podcast on them at the bottom.
Whatever you do.
No, don't do that. Oh my God!
Sponsored by the Eric Zane podcast. I would never want anybody to do anything like that.
All of a sudden, I saw about 6 of our listeners in Michigan go.
Don't.
Their eyes get wide open, and they're like,
they went,
"Oh,
don't, please don't."
Don't do it. Don't. We don't condone that. We'll never condone that.
Cafe Press. Oh, this is Brian. Cafe Press could probably make me a set of panties with that on it. Oh my goodness.
It's just whites only. Either that or what? I'm sorry. What do you want? The whites only, or only 5 colors at a time? Which part of do you want on your panties?
No.
White dudes only, or 5
at a time.
Hey, you do you, boo. I'm not judging.
He says only 5 at a time.
There we go.
Feeling optimistic there, sir.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, just saying. I just happened to listen to the Boomer Bunker the other day. You know what they said? They said that they want to make a sticker that says whites only.
Oh my God.
It was racist.
Wait till we tell every 5 people who's listening about this. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Guess what? I've seen your numbers. I've seen your numbers watching your show. We're right there, buddy. We didn't go up.
But we have awesome people. You keep
right
yours. We got ours. We're
right.
Good. Yeah, we good. We good. We good.
But, again, I get a kick out of you women. You think that you think that you have it all figured out. Boomer Bunker. No Americans. What was that?
No Armenians.
Oh, Armenians. Yes, that's true. That OnlyFans girl needs that sticker. Yeah, I know. You know what? There's another. I guess these OnlyFans girls are. They are going for records now. Remember the one girl that only slept with 100 guys?
Yeah, you girls got to stop that. That's disgusting.
There was another one that plowed through 1,000 guys. 1,000 guys in like 12 hours.
How much time is that with a guy?
I don't know. I don't even care.
Is that like pump, dump, pump, dump, pump? Like, why?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like, there's no.
You're asking me?
Well, I guess in general, but like, I assume you wouldn't specifically have the answer.
I would imagine
like,
that she does this to draw attention to her OnlyFans, and then people come see it. If you're a fan of gangbangs, I guess. I don't know.
Ew.
OnlyFan girl needs a now serving counter. Now,
I think she's going faster than the now serving. Like, ding, ding. Like,
fuck, where's my bell? Oh shit, it's over on the other table since we did the brand X. I never brought it back.
I got my bell. I'm prepared. Yeah. But yeah, it's gross. Oh, Sparky says to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like, is that a thing? Is that still a thing? Like to get in for like most gangbang? Yeah. Ew.
I would imagine.
You know what? Like, at what point in your life do you go, I have a little more self-respect? Like, I don't need.
No.
How damaged are you? Like, that's not.
See, this is the thing.
That's just not a thing in my book.
Girls can go out now and they can go into OnlyFans and they'll put up some TikTok videos and then they'll put their links in there. And, and then they'll make, I don't know, $100,000, $200,000 a month.
How? Watching that? Like,
horny
people
old
watching?
guys.
Stop.
Horny old guys that have podcasts.
Men, stop. Be better than that. Stop watching these girls. You're just continuing to egg this nonsense on. So you can't come out here and be like, these women, you all paid for it.
Shh. Shush you.
Do as I say, not as I do.
This is America, Duchess.
Well, then you can't talk shit on her if you're paying money.
Listen, if girls want to show their tatas,
I don't care.
Their roast beef and their balloon knots for $10 a month, who am I to tell them they can't?
I understand that, but you also can't have the double standard of coming on here and basically throwing shit on them.
Did I do that?
No, people have been.
Oh, okay.
And I will throw some shade because I'm sorry, 1,000 people and that quick of it. That's just gross.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Ken says, 150 or so is respectable over a couple days. I guess as long as you stretch it out over a couple days. But 1,000 is just wrong. So what's the number? What's the acceptable body count? So 150? Is that what's the body count? No, I know that. I'm being sarcastic.
Still 150 guys running through you? Yeesh.
And at a very quick pace. And sloppy. Red says, what is making that noise? That's literally throwing a hot dog in the Grand Canyon. I'm sorry. There's no noise. There's nothing's getting stretched.
Listen, what they do is they put all the white guys up front and then they let the black guys in the back.
Finish?
That way it doesn't ruin it for the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's the poor white guys.
What? So what part of the line? That's just gross. What part of the line do you want to stand in?
Me? I'm not standing in any line.
In general, who is standing in line for that?
Oh, there's a bunch. Bob.
1,000. Well, clearly 1,000.
Stand in line.
That's gross.
I would think. I'm not sure. There's, if I could think of our listeners who would stand in line.
No way, I'm dude 99. Yuck. By the way, yuck. What do you
Right.
I don't even want. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't even want it. It's just so. What are you pushing past?
I'm trying to think who would be in our the guy with the one that got stepped on a horse, Wing Wong.
Wing Wong.
He'd stand in line for that.
Well, he can't stand right now, so I guess he just have to lay there.
He'd be in a wheelchair.
He'd be in
Where
a wheelchair.
you?
I don't know who would do
Cheese from the Fine Whining podcast.
No, you'd have to leave the house. I don't think he leaves the house.
Yeah, he would for this.
I don't know. Like to stand in line with your wiener out with 99 other dudes. Is that something you want? It's like getting weighed in gym class and back in the 70s. Remember, you had to stand in for your physical. Did you ever have to do that?
No.
The nurse, you'd have to get your
in front of everybody.
Well, they would call. No, you wouldn't have. But it was you'd stand in line. You'd go in. They'd weigh you. They'd check your fucking spine. This is what they'd have.
Oh yeah. Well,
that kind of stuff. It's just.
You'd have to take the shirt off and bend over.
Thank you. Red says so much splooge. Oh,
yeah.
Yuck. Oh.
Enough DNA in a.
Seriously, you could grow your.
Gita would stand in line.
He probably would, but
so would what's the guy's name?
I don't know.
Access Denied. Access Denied would do it. I guarantee.
I don't know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, I know you don't, but he does.
I
some
don't.
women- I
why
love it
is
when
that exciting? Like, why is
to
that
me,
so hot?
I'm not saying it's exciting. I'm just
For
saying
somebody, it is. I mean, there's a
where do you
kink
get
for everybody.
How do you get 1,000 guys together? 1,000 guys.
Do you
That's a
put
lot.
that on? Is that like a Craigslist thing? Like, hey, pervs.
Maybe. I would imagine.
But how much time? If you're on a
Craigslist.
If you're on a time crunch, yeah, I don't know. I don't
think maybe I don't know where you would get them. I have no idea. That's really weird. How do you get 1,000 guys? All right, Red. You know what? This ain't your show. We want to talk about it for a while. We're coming on your show tomorrow night, then you get to run the
boogie, oogie. Yeah. You just can't boogie no more.
But here's the thing. Like some women think that they got guys figured out, and they're wrong.
Yeah.
But they don't care. Like they've got it all figured out. And like this lady.
A tip for the ladies: men love quests.
No, we do not.
Listen,
we don't like quests. We don't.
I think you do.
No. I guarantee you, we don't like.
Did you watch this already?
I'm watching it now. I got to this part. Men
all
love
right,
quests.
then listen, get through it, and then we'll talk.
Here we go.
No, I know. Not all men, but most men. Okay.
Okay.
And all the men I want in my life, they like quests. Most.
Okay.
All right, keep listening. It makes sense. Go ahead.
Well, wait a minute. So first of all, she doesn't want a man. She wants a.
No, that's not what she's saying.
Most
That's not what she's saying.
hate puzzles, but they love quests. Most men don't want you to be coy and confusing and elusive. They want you to have very clear quests that you tell them, this is exactly what I want you to do this, and I will be happy when you do it. My friend was telling me that her boyfriend offered to scrape off her car the other day. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. She's like, yeah, I told him not to, but I thought it was nice he offered. And I was like, oh, you told him not to? She's like, yeah, I didn't want to be difficult and inconvenience him. And I'm like, but didn't he happily offer to do it? And she's like, yeah, but I told him I didn't want him to. I'm like,
okay.
Okay, what you're thinking, you're going way too out of the box with the word quest.
No, I don't think I
She's
am.
Okay.
I don't think I am. Because first of all, a guy would not say, oh, do you want me to clean your car window off?
Yes, he would.
A man would walk out there and clean the car. We don't need a quest. All right, we would just go out there and clean the car window off.
All right.
We don't just go out there. Oh, would you like me to do this?
All right, you still didn't finish the whole thing.
Would mommy like daddy to go out there and clean the windows off the car?
Well, you didn't ask it the right way. If you said that sentence in a whole nother tone of voice, yeah.
That's what it is. That's a bitch ass move.
No,
Would you want me to go out and clean your car off? No, you just go out and clean your car off like a man would do. Because you want to do something nice for your woman.
All right.
I don't need somebody giving me quests and shit to do. And I don't need that. Trust me. I got my own quests.
Again.
I don't need somebody telling me to do something.
This isn't her about telling men what to do.
That's what it is.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for playing 30 seconds. Go ahead. Keep going.
Hang on. I'm not 30. I'm 40 seconds into this.
feel like you wanted to do it yourself. And she's like, no, I would have loved if you did it for me, but I didn't want to be difficult. And I'm like, honey, you have to remember.
Oh, imagine that. A woman not telling you what she wants and how to do it. That would be nice. How about this? You know what a guy likes? A guy likes a woman that actually tells you what she wants.
You just said 10 seconds ago that it's a bitch ass move if a woman has to tell you what to do. Okay, so make up your mind.
Wait a minute. It is a bitch ass move. You just go out and clean the car off. But let's say you ask her and she goes, well, yeah, kind of. But no, I don't want to inconvenience you. Mixed signals. This is the problem.
Okay.
Women love to send mixed signals.
That's what this woman is saying.
Yes.
If you can get through her clip.
Remember, men love quests. If you don't want him to do something because you want to do it yourself, that's totally fine. But do not squash yourself down and deny yourself for no reason. Instead, let them do the quest for you and then be super appreciative and kind and happy about it. Nothing makes a man happier than completing a quest for you and you being happy and appreciative about it. So when he offers to scrape your car off, say, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And then when he comes in, tell him, thank you. That just made my day so much brighter. Maybe make him a warm cup of coffee so that it's ready right when he comes in. It's like a video game, okay? He did his quest and then you gave him a resource in return. He leveled up in the game. He's winning now. You gave him the gift of winning. When a man loves you, nothing will make him happier than knowing he made you a little happier via a quest.
I hate this so much.
You don't like her references, but she makes sense. She talks it.
Oh,
She
woman,
speaks
she
it very
makes sense.
different. But
Guys in
it
the
makes.
chat.
I thought it made sense. I don't like the
she
word she uses as quest because I immediately thought like send him
Yeah.
along his way. But
The neighbor's a quest. That's a chore.
all right.
Yeah. You know what? She does.
She can't put her coffee down. I
She's
think
dry handy.
basically what the takeaway from this that I got is if a man offers to do something for you, thank him and be appreciative about it and let him do it for you.
This woman right here, she don't spit on that thing. She don't.
I don't care.
Just telling you.
All right.
All right. Do I have to listen to the rest
I'll
of
be
this?
like, ooh, ice cream sounds so good right now. My husband will be like, I can go get you some. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that right now. He's like, are you sure? I'm happy to. My first instinct is, no, I don't want to inconvenience him. But if I want that ice cream and it will truly make me happy to get that ice cream, I should let him go on that quest. Will not inconvenience him. It makes him feel like he's winning the game. Don't be a jerk. Don't make people do things for no reason. Be appreciative and happy when somebody puts that effort in for you. But honey, they love a good quest. Why do you think there's so many memes of boyfriends and husbands filling a girl's water cup? I'll tell you why. It's a quick, easy quest. If the quest.
I can't
All right, she all right, you can stop. But she goes on and on about quest a little too much. Like that was the whole thing. But again, the takeaway I got was that if your partner, let's say your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, offers to do something for you and you would like it done and you would appreciate it, then let him do it and then thank him and, like she said, coffee or whatever in return. Like, I think that's perfectly fine. I actually thought it was not a bad video. Apparently you take umbrage from it, and yeah, she's annoying about it, sitting there with the quest. But, but that's the whole, I don't know. That was her way of addressing it. But I thought overall it wasn't terrible.
Okay.
That's my takeaway. So.
I get it.
Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
First of all, I don't like the fact that it's like it seems like manipulation. Like, in other words, let him do this for you. Or if he wants to do something. And guys, just go do it. Don't,
I can see where that could be misconstrued. And I don't like that. Like, I wish someone would clean my car. Like that, I don't like. I think being direct is fair. Like if I was taking care of the kids, I knew I needed to go somewhere. I'd be like, hey, would you mind starting my car or sweeping it off or whatever? And that kind of thing. But you appreciate when your partner does something for you. That's the whole point of this. Don't be a dick. And if he offers to do something, then let him do it. Although if y'all are busy in the comments saying let a real man would just do it. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, then don't worry about it. Maybe there's men that are still learning or don't have a role model to teach them to do shit like that.
I don't need.
Well, you don't, but maybe somebody else does.
Somebody to tell me to send me on a quest. I'll do it.
All right. Get rid of the buzzword quest and substitute it with mission or job or favor or whatever. Yeah.
Here's the problem. Men have lost masculinity. And women have decided that we're not getting it back. Some men like doing nice things for people. Yes, Bob is correct. You do. You like doing nice things for people that you love. All right. But you don't need somebody to send you on a quest.
Lisa says,
you ship with no recognition. So we do it too. Brush off my car, dick. Yeah, I get it. All right. But, if your man is out,
quest nice things, and then Dean, anal,
of course. Listen, I brushed off your car. Now I want anal. I don't know if that really goes.
Bruce says, "Don't remind me. I told you 6 months ago I'd get to it."
Why do I have to brush off your car? Why don't we just let the sun do it?
I just saw Google had something up here. Where did it go? And so fast. Oh, this one made me laugh. My kink is when Duchess gets frustrated with Jim and Go. I'm sorry. You're going to be edged all night long with John.
That's what we do here.
Whoop, whoop.
Like I said, I think that this whole, I don't know when it even started with this, all of a sudden, I think it started when women started raising boys instead of men raising boys. When women don't know how to raise boys. That's the problem. Just saying. You need a man there. And I'll be honest with you. And this is the problem with, I would say this is the problem with kids today. The divorce, you need to have two people raising children. You need a male and a female. You need the yin and the yang. You need two X's and an XY chromosome. You need that. I mean, why do you think there's so many OnlyFans girls? Because most of them are being raised by single women, and they have daddy issues. I'm vehicle maintenance and lawn care. She's domestic associate CFO, but I'm still the chairman. There you go.
And Budbugger says, or do what every woman does when it snows, just brush enough to the front window and let the rest fly off as you drive. Well, when you're 5 feet tall and you can't reach the top of your car, I really do try. So I go as far as the brush and then, sorry.
And
folks.
then here's the thing. Duchess makes everything about, like, if you say women, that means I'm not saying all women.
I hate to clue you in. I'm a woman.
I know you are a woman, but
okay.
it's not
Well, if I say men, you go, I love me.
I don't know if I do that. I mean, some men, like I was talking about the Eagles fan that was a douchebag to that woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't get to that yet. But.
We didn't? I thought we did talk
about pre-show.
We didn't talk about that with the Eagles fan? I thought we did.
No.
Jesus Christ, I'm telling you. I don't know how much more longer I have before I'm just, in some fucking nursing home eating Jell-O and yelling at nurses. Show me your kids. I don't know. It's called a long stick, Duchess.
Oh, sorry. I try. I use the scraper. I mean, but there's only so far.
There's things that they have out now. You get them. It's like a squeegee, It's got a long extended handle.
I need one that actually has an extension. Yeah.
Right.
I have a squeegee too, but
yeah, you just need a squeegee. When does it snow here in New Jersey? It barely
snows. Well, lately, hopefully not good. Fred says he wears the pants. She's the belt that holds them up. I like that.
Ooh.
Or strangles them with it.
All right. I like that.
The other just.
Well, what they said, what was that movie? The Greek, my something Greek wedding.
My big fat Greek wedding.
Big fat Greek wedding, where the mother says he's the head of the household, but the woman's the neck.
But the woman is the neck. I like that line actually. I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Moves the head.
Because she wanted to go to school and he fussed at her.
Yeah.
No.
So that does kind of work. But again, I do believe that men and women have issues with communication.
Of course.
And I'm not understand. It's very hard to understand why. And as I get older, I try to communicate with the fairer sex, and it seems to be hard because whenever you say something, they always project shit onto you. Like, in other words, if I say, I don't like going on quests, then you get projected like you're a sexist or misogynistic. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I will do things for my partner to make their life easier.
Right.
But it's not Survivor. I don't need a challenge, okay? Or I don't need to be manipulated. Women don't like to be manipulated. Men don't like to be manipulated. We should stop that. It should be more of an honest communication back and forth. Like, in other words, talk to men like you're a dude and things will be fine.
Okay.
If we talk to women like we're women, then it gets worse.
That's never a good thing.
Rambling
that's never good.
Right.
It's so keep in mind, I'm going to say the age of the woman that was on. She was clearly younger than me. So different, I'll say generation. Maybe she was like millennial. Well, she's probably a millennial. So she might've been in her 40s.
Oh, okay.
So still younger than me.
I was going to say 40s. Okay.
Okay. So, but the levels of communication.
Coffee down too. I know if you're listening to, she didn't understand, but she had a cup of coffee that looked like a goddamn cereal bowl to handle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, Boomer Bob, I'm going to go to Alabama and murder you for that comment. That was really rude.
Most women are younger than Duchess.
Wow. Okay. You know what? You can go fuck yourself. You motherfucker. All right.
I mean, you have seen more sunsets than you're going to see.
Oh, probably. I'm going to be dead soon, so.
No.
If I would be dead before I can get to my point. Thank you. Okay. So.
See? That's how a dude talks.
Constantly interrupting? Like you yelled at me about?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that on a podcast. You always interrupt me.
I'm going to refresh your memory if you don't get to your point.
Oh, because I can get to it so easy with a constant interruption. My point being is this woman is her level of communication is different than yours and then mine. Okay, so that's just how it is. And I don't think she was being, again, I have nothing invested into this woman. I just thought what she was saying, yes, Quest was a little too much because she said it 400 fucking times through the whole thing. But I think her point was do something nice and appreciate the gesture. And some people do offer. Some people need to be prompted to do something. Sometimes. Not everybody wakes up and go, I'm going to shovel off the whole driveway and the cars and this and that and the other. So the fact, if she was direct enough and asked, or he suggested, then say your response is, thank you. Yes, please. That's direct. It's a direct question. It's just a different way of going about it. So I'm not mad at it. Is it, kids today need to talk? They don't. They don't talk at all. They don't talk at all. If that's how you get them to talk, then I'd rather that than nothing at all. I'm not mad at Quest. I'm really not.
If you're in your 30s, when you text your partner.
Yes, it is, Ken.
When you text
fuck yourself is a Quest.
Right. That's true.
Oh my God. That's embarrassing.
Such a sis.
Oh no.
Shoots the finger. No, I get it.
No, dear.
I do get it. Did anybody put any fires out in California yet, or is the whole state
still burning down?
Fucking fire.
It's a whole fucking mess.
You know what I love? I love the fact that it's not the fact that there's been a total, I guess the word is failure on the way that the state is governed, and that the fact that the fire started and they can't put it out, or how did it start, or, they don't want to know anything. They just want people to send money and shut the fuck up. You know what? We didn't do anything to stop this. We didn't do anything to prevent this. This fire started. There was 100-mile-an-hour winds. I get it. That's not, you can't, when winds or when the wind is that fast or that strong, it's going to blow and it's going to catch a lot of things on fire. But I don't know. There's something that it's sticking in my craw about this. It's just, it doesn't smell right. So the person that ran against, what's her name? Karen Bass. Is that her name?
Yeah. Bass.
Okay. Karen Bass. The person that ran against her owns a mall in Palisade, whatever. The one
Palisades
place.
Park.
Palisade Park. Owns a mall there. Guess what didn't burn to the fucking ground? That mall. Why? That guy hired his own fire department.
A lot of people have done that. Celebrities have done that.
Trucks there and saved the whole fucking mall. Everything else around is charred.
It's insane.
And I see these other houses that every house on the street is completely burnt to the ground except this one house.
Blue roof.
I'm like, wow, that's weird. And again, I don't know enough about California, but there's this thing that they started doing. They put these smart electric meters in. And some people with the tin foil hats don't want these smart meters because they say it emits frequencies and it's harmful to humans, but they put it in there anyhow. And again, where's the tinfoil for my hat? What if these meters, these smart meters, were like those Hezbollah beepers?
They just set them off and they all went?
They just set them off and they all went because there was this one house that the outside of the house and nothing around the house was on fire. But the inside, you could see through the windows, the inside was engulfed in flames. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Unless when everybody sees that these houses are on fire and the whole neighborhood's going to go burn down, that this guy wants to get out of his mortgage and he actually has fire insurance, he sets the whole fucking place on fire. I don't know.
I know. I have no idea. This is going to take, if it's properly investigated, probably years to come to any kind of decision. And of course, if things are pending investigation, that's going to tie up all the insurance because nobody will make a claim. Nobody will get paid on a claim if things are pending. So it's honestly, I think it's just property. I think it's a property grab.
So LA just got Maui'd.
Yeah.
And
parts of it. Absolutely. And the rest is collateral damage.
So they have video of where the fire started. Okay. And where it started. And then they have video of two guys coming off of the hill saying, "Oh my God, we were just there." One guy was in a black hoodie, another guy was in a white hoodie. They have a picture of when the fire started where there's two people standing there.
I saw that.
One in a black hoodie, one in a white hoodie. Now they have video of these two people. I want them, first of all, I want them questioned. All right. I want to know what happened. They want to turn that area into a 15-minute city. What a better way to do it than to burn it and clear it?
Yep.
Well,
I mean, it gets the celebs out. They move.
It does.
They'll never build on their property because they'll never get the permits again. And I mean, it's insane. It's insane. It's heartbreaking because no matter who, to see anybody's home burn is terrible. Like I mean, yes, you live in California. Yes, you most likely voted for these morons to be in charge, and you watch them be just moronic with what they're doing with their choices. But I still don't wish anybody's home to burn to the ground because that I would be devastated. I don't even know how I could move past that.
Or is this a coordinated attack by Hezbollah?
Eco-terrorism? Maybe.
Yeah, eco-terrorism. Because they did catch this one guy. Now, there's no audio with this, so we'll describe it.
Yeah.
But here's a guy, he's standing there. He's got a propane torch in his hand, and he's setting fire. So the neighborhood comes out, and they point to him. All right. So he's like, what do we mean? Look, I just got
I always walk around with one of those.
I always got a propane torch in my hand. What do you need this? So here comes another guy. He comes over.
Brown man holding propane torch.
Brown man holding propane
It's not looking
torch.
good.
Well, now we got three guys there. Three white guys.
The neighborhood watch, all the neighborhood Karens. I don't blame them. People don't want their shit burned.
And whoop, down he goes.
Oh, now we're going to sit on your ass. Yeah.
Right. Here comes the police.
Uh-oh, brown people. Yeah. Oh, they're no hurry. Yeah, they just stroll on.
What are we going to do here? All right, let's cuff him. Yeah. And he's got a propane torch. He's setting fire. So, again, I've heard from other people.
Is he wearing shoes?
Whitney Cummings, again, was one of them. She's been getting a lot of
press, right?
And people calling her.
All right.
She's
like everyone, I'm trying to figure out how.
All right. So basically right now, she's talking about the LA Fire Department. And what I love about this is the apologies before making the statement and the apologies after making the statement, because we have to do that now. We have to apologize before we make a statement, whether it's true or not.
I'm sorry you're offended.
Sorry you're offended. I'm going to offend you. And then I'm going to say, sorry that I offended you.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm going to offend you. Statement. Sorry I offended you.
Yeah.
This happened in California so that I don't say something that's inaccurate. I came across a video of the fire chief, a lesbian. Love it. Great. Fan of lesbians. Try to be one. Didn't take. I don't think I'm a lesbian. I live in Los Angeles, and the men are so effeminate that honestly at this point dating a woman is like the straightest thing you can do. So anyway, talking about recruiting more lesbians into the LAFD to be firefighters. I think lesbians can be firefighters. Dope, fine. I'm not thinking about your genitals or your preferences when I need a hero, right? But is that not like, why is it okay? That'd be like a gay man being like, we need more gay men in here. That'd be like me going, we need more hot guys in here to be firefighters. That would be like a dude being like, we just need more hot blondes. That's what we need. And I will not stop until there are more people that I'm attracted to or that are in my dating pool. Like, isn't that essentially just recruiting people in your dating pool to work at your office? Wait, all the people in charge of LA's fire response are lesbians named Kristen? I do not recall voting on a prop that said we could recruit our fire team off Grindr. What?
I mean, are we starting to wake these people up? Are they starting to get it now? Are they starting to get that these policies of DEI
we definitely they need more firefighters. They need more bodies. They need more people to do that job.
Again, stop lowering the bar just so you can get some lesbians in there.
Well, that's the point. And I think I'd said this to you earlier. I was like, the fire hoses weigh what they are.
Right.
The equipment weighs what it weighs. If you can't comfortably carry it, you can't do the job. I'm sorry. Like, I'm all about having women move forward in a lot of things. I think women can do a lot of things. If there's a physicality, at me at 5'1", you know, I don't think I'm weak, but I can't carry that. I can't carry that. No. If there's a 30-year-old guy who's 6'2", and, you know, 220 full of muscles can carry that, well, he's going to get the job because he can fucking do it. Like, that's the physical bar is the physical bar. You cannot lower for things like this. You just cannot lower the bar based on the equipment itself.
I'm sorry, but
they're not lighter for anybody else. It's the same shit.
Equity is a fail. In other words, you can't just have you can't have equal outcome. You can only have equal opportunities. So everybody can apply to be a firefighter. And if you've got one of them very beefy, tall ladies,
well,
you can carry a 6-foot man that weighs 250 pounds down a flight of steps or 2 flights of steps, and she wants to be a firefighter. Well, by all means.
Shit, yeah. If you can carry somebody,
lower the bar. The same thing they do in the armed services when they let women in the armed services. There's a physical requirement for the men. There's another physical requirement for the women, and it's not the same, and it should have to be the same.
But if the women aren't expected to go do those jobs, then I think that's okay. I mean, look, if they're going to stay in and do medical and programming or wherever else, if there's not the physicality where you have to carry, it's like, if you're going to work in this part, this is what all this shit weighs. If you can't lift it, you can't have this job.
Right.
There's other jobs where you could lift other things that maybe not be 100 pounds. Maybe there's 70 pounds and maybe you can lift that, but that's the job. This is not your job. A isn't your job then. You can't do it.
I get it. Yeah. So the other thing that I get a kick out of is now that all this shit's going on and nobody wants to be responsible.
Well,
Gavin Newsom is going to get to the bottom of this. He wants to find the person
fucking moron.
The person that's responsible for this. Well, Gavin, just go look in a fucking mirror. And of course, the media, they jump right to it. Listen, don't worry about it, guys. We'll cover it for you.
Yeah.
And Jen Psaki.
Oh.
Who do you think whose fault it is? Who do you
Trump's. It's Donald Trump's fault.
With these fires still burning, we are facing important questions about how to mitigate and prevent disasters like this in the future. Fact is, leaders will need to confront a very complicated and challenging reality moving forward. But right now, that is not exactly what is happening. Instead, Donald Trump and his allies are injecting half-truths, misinformation, and flat-out lies in some cases in order to score a version of political points, I suppose.
They're not in charge yet.
All right.
They're not in charge.
They're not in charge yet. Christ. Okay. So what they're doing is they're calling Trump talked about this in 2018. People talked about this in 2018. They knew that this was a problem. They didn't do shit about it.
That's right.
It's a total mismanagement. In Florida, when there's a hurricane, Ron DeSantis gets people, they get ready, all right? They have people waiting, staged, because they know the power lines are going to go down. They need people. They know
they've done it before. They know what happens.
Exactly. It's not like California hasn't caught on fire forever.
What? They've caught fire? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So, again,
we saw something similar play out just this past October in the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, when Trump repeatedly lied about FEMA spending disaster relief funds on migrants.
He didn't.
That's a lie.
That's a total, but she says that didn't happen. The fuck it didn't.
It happened in every state.
Mayorkas said so. Not that he's a fucking winner, but he's like, yeah, we don't have all the money because it went somewhere else.
Right. So what do we do? Don't forget about the truth.
Keep sending money over to fucking...
We're just going to lie. They did spend money, FEMA money, on illegal immigrants.
Absolutely.
Which didn't happen.
It did happen. It did.
How does she
also baselessly claiming that the Biden administration was absent and incompetent in delivering aid, despite what elected officials of both parties on the ground said?
They're still going through it. The people in Western North Carolina and Eastern Kentucky are still going through it. And when the population organized and started sending supplies down there, FEMA started taking those supplies and confiscating them. They weren't the answers. They were the fucking problem. And they beat the shit out of one of them down there who was starting this nonsense. That, this is, you want to talk about misinformation?
I know.
What about information? What about the
flat out bullshit? Did you see
misinformation? When I heard this, I was so fucking mad about this. And here again, I know that there's only like 1,000 people to watch MSNBC,
right?
But it doesn't make a difference because this is out there.
Yeah. Well,
this tape was from before the election. They still had to defend Harris.
Understood.
Before the election.
Because that says October. Well, it says October 6th, but I don't know. I don't know when this interview took place with Psaki.
Right.
But did you see? Speaking of the bullshit that goes on down in North Carolina, there was roads that were just devastated, torn up, destroyed. There were people that came down, like these guys in tractors, and just made this road, cleared it out, made the road happen. FEMA came through, or like I think a road department came through and declared it. Well, it wasn't up to code, and they took it down, like they messed it back up. They came back and plowed it through again, so people could get through. Supplies were not able to get through. They created a path.
What kind of fucking morons? Again, and you know what? When people start doing this stuff, it's
crazy.
The population needs to organize and take them out. If your government is like the Amish
way out to get you,
and they build 100 homes, these little tiny homes, so these people that are living in fucking tents. I know I've said this. I don't know how many times before, but I'll keep saying it.
Keep saying it. Mm-hmm.
And the local government came in and said, "Oh, they're not up to code. You can't stay in them. You can stay in a fucking tent, freeze your ass off."
Yeah, you could die. You could die. You could die here. That's fine, but you can't stay in this house because we haven't approved it.
Don't tell me they're not chasing. Yeah, don't tell me they're not trying to chase them off their fucking property. And the same thing is going to happen in California.
And grab again.
Those lies were then spread and amplified by the richest man in the world on the social media site that he owns. So I guess none of us should have been shocked this week when Elon Musk posted that the Los Angeles Fire Department prioritized DEI over saving lives and homes. That's an exact quote.
They did. The fire chief of Los Angeles said her main priority was to have more, to embrace DEI. They did. This is a fact. We've got video. But no, we don't need that. We have misinformation. Misinformation.
That appeared to be a disgusting dig at the city's fire chief, Kristen Crowley, who has served in the department for decades. Right?
So what?
Okay, that doesn't matter. We're not saying she didn't serve. She's apparently maybe not the best leader. If that's what your goal is to be like, well, we need more lesbians here. We need the strongest department, but we need more ladies or lesbians or whatever they were.
So what? You did the job for 20 years and now you're doing it poorly. Doesn't matter. You suck at your job, and
some people aren't leaders. Some people are just not leaders.
First of all, nobody can say you suck at your job because why? You're a Democrat and a lesbian and you're part of the protected community. All right. So you can't, if Los Angeles was run by Republicans, the press would be up their ass like an open umbrella.
Rising through the ranks to become the first female and LGBTQ fire chief in LA's history.
Who you sleep with? Nobody cares.
No one cares. No one gives a shit if you're the first lesbian fire chief in Los Angeles' history. Can you do the job? Apparently not. I wouldn't do peppermint patty with Jason's pecker. Okay.
And the response?
Bruce is obsessed with my pecker. All right, you guys, you find it out in the chat.
Musk also amplified a post this week from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Yes, that guy. He's still around. Oh, Alex Jones wrote that Los Angeles fires are part of a larger globalist plot to wage economic warfare and deindustrialize the United States before triggering total collapse.
Well, I'm not one to agree with Alex Jones, but it's a little messy over there right now.
I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards Alex Jones.
I mean, if I did, I'm hovering over at Peppermint Patty over here, Alex Jones. I'm like, I'm in the middle. I'm like, maybe a little more Alex.
Oh, I got to tell you,
Alex.
I'm
not a fan, but
he's been right more than he's been wrong. He's been right more than he's been wrong.
Yeah, the gay frogs and all. Yeah,
they are. Did you realize that they are turning the frog gay?
The frog's gay. I know. It's just so funny.
Frog's Day.
It's just so ridiculous.
Globalists have what's that weapon? I forget what it's called. Some kind of energy weapon.
Oh yeah, the pull whatever the fuck.
Yeah. He's been right more than he's been wrong. Say what you want about the guy.
I know he's just crazy. At
Crazy,
least
right?
sounds crazy. Well,
who's crazy?
A blind squirrel will find a nut every once in a while. So yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. That blind squirrel, he must have a nose on him because he's finding a lot of nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, not sure that guy's okay.
That's it. Directed energy weapons. The globalists got direct energy weapons.
Musk responded to that post by writing, "True. Yes, just to repeat here. That's just the richest man in the world and the best friend of the incoming president, confirming to his 200 million followers that he thinks the devastating wildfires are a part of a globalist plot."
Well, prove him
wrong.
wrong.
So now we're back in this vicious cycle where Trump and his new bestie push lies about a natural disaster.
How do you know that's a lie? You don't know that's a lie. You know why it's not you know why you don't know? Because you won't investigate it.
Well,
you know why you won't investigate it? Because they're Democrats and they're your friends, and you're just a propagandist arm of the Democratic Party. And now you have to go out there and carry water for these fucking idiots, which makes you even look dumber. All right.
You should carry water for the fires.
Here's the deal. Karen Bass is your mayor. Gavin Newsom is your governor.
He's terrible.
Adam Schiff and Alex Badillas are your senators. Kamala Harris is your vice president, and Joe Biden is your president.
Suck it up.
Not even in office. But God forbid he actually, God forbid he tells people what he thinks or criticizes the other side. We don't need criticism.
Free speech, folks. It's free
Guess
speech.
what? Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry you don't like being criticized for your fuck-ups, but this is what the country needs. We need direct sunlight to disinfect the fucking Democratic virus that's going on in this country. And I'm telling you right now, you thought that there was an exodus out of California during COVID. Wait till you see what happens now.
Well, they've literally burned people out.
Right. But
Got nothing.
All right. Just say right now that you're let's just say you're a young couple, like in your 30s or 40s.
Okay.
And now your house just burnt down. And now you got to build your house again. Are you going to build it in a place where the mismanagement is the reason that your house burnt down? You're going to send your kids to these schools where they try to teach
don't exist? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Or they're going to teach them about, transgender and homosexuality, and you want them to do that? All these things that go on, the permits, the DEI, not only
the stranglehold, just the stranglehold of control on everything. You can't have a gas appliance. Everything's got to be electric. They don't even have enough electricity. Now with all the shit burned up, what are you having electric? And how many of those cars were able to get out? And how are you going to charge them now?
Well,
how are we charging all these cars that didn't burn up in the fire or explode? I'm sure there are plenty of gas cars that blew up too. I get that, but
it's amazing the amount of the amount of heat that's generated from these fires, more than really generates from a wood fire.
And why would that be?
I know. I got my tinfoil hat on, but there seems like there's a lot of shit going on here. No. And maybe the winds are pushing the fires, and
they burned up everything in houses, so everything's flammable at this point. So you've got God only knows what people have in their homes.
We were talking on Bruce's podcast this morning. I said they should make every house now. They should build it out of chimney material because that's the only thing that was standing after all these fucking fires with the chimneys.
Yeah, build a stone house.
Well, there's one guy. He had
be able to get lumber. Yeah,
and he had those ceramic tiles for his roof. And his house made it. Everybody else's house around was destroyed. But he also cut down all the vegetation around his house too. He didn't have any of that shit that could catch fire.
Sparky says,
or build blue houses.
Blue houses.
I guess. Yeah, it's ridiculous the amount of.
Well, you heard Bruce say today, which I was unaware of. You can't have a home with a fireplace. Like it's not a regular wood fireplace like in the olden days. Now you have to have a fireplace that has a gas insert, which you can have a gas fireplace, but you can't have gas appliances, right? Or they make it very difficult for you to get them. And then if you sell your house that has a regular old fashioned fireplace, you have to retrofit it in order to sell it. That's insane.
I know. It's ridiculous. Why would you even, you people in California are out of your fucking minds.
How do you people live there?
And
I mean, does the beauty outweigh it?
Well,
is it that beautiful?
I imagine listen, California is, from what I understand, because I've never been to California, the weather is amazing. It's one of the most, it's like a beautiful place to live. It's a gorgeous, you got the mountains, you have, the ocean. And with that's why there's so many homeless there. It's a great climate to live in.
Well, yeah. I mean, for the most part, you can survive there.
Right. So, all right. So where do you think you go for the dumbest takes in all this? The View.
This works. There was a fire catastrophe in California. Had to do with winds. You know how they're always saying, oh, the wind. It actually does. The winds move things and sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have if 900,000 buildings go up at the same time.
That's
how it works?
That's not how it just. They just didn't all burst into flames.
Yeah.
It took spread out to get there. And you know what would have helped? Water. Water would have helped.
Fucking dumb old bag. God damn it.
Do you believe this? I mean, and here's the thing.
How do you defend that? How do you
I
defend
don't mind.
any of this?
In other words, if you got like 4 or 5 nitwits like this that want to sit there and spout this nonsense, but every fucking weekday, they fill the audience up with people that actually believe this shit. One white woman dumber than the next.
All these fucking yentas in the audience.
Now, having lived in California, having lost every house save for one that we ever lived in, I take great offense at pointing fingers. You should be pointing fingers about how can we help?
Fuck you. How dare you?
How about helping prevent the next one?
Why don't you make sure your government stays and does the right thing?
Trump tried.
By the people, for the people. Hey, remember, those words sound familiar? Run your fucking city the way it's supposed to be run. Take care of your... Yeah.
She's offended.
She's disgusting.
She's offended that people are pointing out the ineptitude of the government and the city and no water. And, and now
then she's asking us to donate. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck off.
Listen, you shit yourself because whatever reason, and now we're supposed to clean up after you? No, we're not. We're done.
Well,
we're done.
Biden's already pledged all the money that he's going to print for this.
Whoops.
It's too soon to be saying, oh, it's Gavin's fault. It's nobody's fault.
Oh, shit, it ain't anybody's fault.
If Trump was in office, it'd be Trump's fault.
Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. He's not even in office.
Yeah.
You just don't listen. Don't tell anybody. If Trump was president right now, she would blame Trump. Since he's not, she has to by them.
Defend.
Right.
Taking seriously that there are, magic lasers in the sky that direct the weather. That doesn't work. It doesn't happen. This is a catastrophe, and this is what's happened. And let's try to figure out how to work towards not having it happen again. But
water.
You don't fucking listen.
Water.
People have been telling you about this for decades. It happens in California all the time. There's fires that happen out there all the time, and you ain't done dick about it. And now what happens? It's affecting the celebrities and your major donors,
all her buddies,
right? And now this makes great TV because you're watching this. And I was listening to the Two Bears, One Cave podcast today with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, and they're talking about all the people that they know. People that were,
comedians
and comedians and all these people that have their houses are gone. And what's going to happen is these Democrats are going to move to Texas and Tennessee, and and they're going to take their liberal bullshit with them, and then they're going to take and ruin another state. They're like fucking cockroaches. These Democrats. I said it, cockroaches.
You know, we don't control Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't give a damn what we want. Mother Nature does what she does. And if you're in the way, this is what happens. And California is chock full of people.
Wow. That's some deep fucking words from Whoopi. You know what would help put that fire out? Fucking water.
Water. That would be nice.
Water. Maybe you keep all those reservoirs. Maybe you put the water back in them. Just saying. That probably would have helped. That would have helped. Then we wouldn't be dumping seawater.
Well, you know.
Making parts of it probably worthless, but you got to put the fire out. I think at one point you just got to say, fuck it. And that's the end of that. Did you see? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I got one more thing to do.
Okay.
If you thought that was dumb.
No, jeez.
Sonny Hostin said, hold my beer.
He says it was unbelievable. I thought it was fake news. He said that California's woke politics and DEI are the reasons for the fires because Newsom has been tearing down dams because Native Americans, but he called them Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happened. These are what you call facts.
Keep reading, slave owner.
Wanted some of the river back so they could catch salmon. And Gavin didn't just knock down one dam for the Indians. He knocked them all down. He knocked down 4 of the dams. I'm sorry, this is stolen land, first of all, okay?
Oh, my God. So we're going to burn down California. Okay. Stop it. Oh, my God.
Stolen land.
Can you just go to jail with your husband? Just shut the fuck up. Why is this woman... Okay, go ahead.
California is stolen land. Second of all, that's part of what always happens. These dams, there's preservation of the dam. So that was just complete, not only misinformation, but it was racist.
That's it. There we go. Hit the bell.
Racism. The award. I knew it.
The fires were due to racism.
I know. I was trying to get to my bell. I just stopped mine.
There's no fucking water in the
when it comes down to it, it's racist. Because Donald Trump is racist.
Right.
That's why California's on fire. There you go, folks.
From what Bruce said, that they had the same problems up in the north, up in near San Francisco and all. And it was because the wires were hitting together and they were causing sparks and they caused these fires. And what did they do? They took the wires and they moved them apart so they don't really spark. Did they do that in Los Angeles?
No.
No. But it's racism. And if you point that out, all right,
well, then you're racist.
All right. And you know, back in the day, you know, that when you had all this, like they've had record snows up in the mountains, and when that all melts and comes down, they could direct some of that water down into these reservoirs and all have it. No, they were bone dry.
Nope.
Bone dry.
Who needs water?
What do we get?
You know, do you remember last year they had record floods?
Yeah.
Record flooding. Where's that water?
I don't know. Doesn't matter because it's racism.
And I think we need to also call stuff like that out.
Well, look, I think what this has shown us is for people who thought that Donald Trump has changed, he has not changed.
That's why he got elected again, dummy. Yeah. That's exactly why. That's why.
We saw for 4 fucking years what the Democrats can do, and we're like, fuck that. Put Trump back in office. At least he didn't fucking destroy the place like you fucking morons are doing.
Okay, he is the same immature, insensitive, inappropriate oaf that he's always been. What he should be doing right now is putting out tweets saying, I thank the heroic first responders. I thank the countries of Canada and Mexico and all the others who've helped. I thank the surrounding states that have sent help. I have talked to Governor Newsom. I have talked to Mayor Bass. I have told them that my administration in 7 days will be ready to supply everything and anything that California needs. Californians, my thoughts are with you. Those are the things you have to say. If you need help in figuring it out, go look at everything that Joe Biden has said for the last 4 years.
Where's my ice cream? Yeah, okay. Give me a little kid so I can sniff their fucking head. Shut up. Joe Biden should be saying this now. He should be saying this now, not Donald Trump. How dare she scold? I'm not the biggest fan of Donald Trump, but how dare this dumb bitch go out and scold Donald Trump, who isn't in office yet, and say, you should be thanking. Fucking Biden should be thanking him. Because if they're anybody saving our ass, it's them.
You know what she's saying? She's saying
fuck her.
You should be doing all this stuff, but you should be ignoring the fact
of
what
caused it.
This.
Yeah.
And do not, do not, I guess, do not blame those who are responsible for all the nonsense. Her voice sounds like a cat getting raped by a cheese grater. You know what you do, and then Donald Trump should he should. Where's my fucking?
I don't know what accent that was.
God damn it! Where's my?
Yeah, Sparky said, has Biden sent any tweets saying thank you to the same people she had mentioned?
Right. I'm sure he probably look. I know
Aaron just goes, these bitches are retarded.
They are, and again,
he just.
I think they just put them on there just to drive us, like to try to
seriously
crazy.
You notice because they get fucking traffic.
Yeah.
Because what are you playing? You're playing their clips.
Listen, thank God that some people watch this fucking debacle of a show and clip out the stupid shit for us. Thank God, because I don't think we'd have. If they didn't clip this shit, we would never even know what they're even saying.
I can't watch. I hated this show 20 years ago when it was on. I don't watch when I was home, I didn't watch daytime TV because it was the worst. So let me touch on this real quick if we're moving on. So I noticed that Elizabeth Warren, I know this weekend had put out a tweet saying, you know, oh, our hearts and souls or whatever, we're sorry, all this bullshit's happening. Yes, thoughts and prayers, we're devastated, you know, all the buzzwords. And she's like, if you'd like to donate, click here. Well, it wasn't a direct link. It was like you donated to like some profit group that took 3.5% off the top to processing and then sent it to whomever.
They sent it to the Democrats.
In other words, you sneaky motherfucking bitch.
It was a fundraising site for Democrats. And that fucking Hiawatha. Yeah, Elizabeth, why weren't you out there doing a rain dance?
Thank you, Budbugger, so much. You kill me, I swear.
Yeah, you should be out there doing a rain dance.
She's 1 billionth Indian or something, right?
I'm as much Indian as she is.
I know.
For fuck's sake.
All right. So we're gonna change the subject.
Are we changing the subject?
Are we good with this? Yelling about California being burned up?
I guess. I love the fact that we're
yelling into the echo chamber with our people.
So what happens is that didn't happen, but if you notice that it happened, then you're pouncing. But it did happen. But we're just going to lie and say it didn't happen.
Yeah.
The fact that you noticed what happened, you're the bad guy for
you're
noticing
racist for noticing
and calling it out. How dare you draw attention to the fucking
blinders,
bullshit that we did in our ineptness as to govern something. And I'm telling you right now, if this doesn't flip fucking California red, then you deserve everything you fucking get. And I just have one more thing because this is what happens when you get people like Whoopi and we're talking about this. Where is that goddamn video? Give me 1 second because
okay.
Here we go. This one here. What do you hear this lady?
Go ahead, MAGA. Admit it. When you see California burning, you're like, yeah.
No.
You know why I know that? Because every time I hear a hurricane's coming or a big-ass tornado, I always say, please, please, let it only hit the white trailer courts.
Oh, fuck you, nasty cow.
Especially the ones with the Dixie flag. So, yeah, at least I'm not afraid to admit it.
You're a pig. You're a fucking pig. What a disgusting person you are. Wishing harm on anybody like that? That's gross.
We don't wish harm.
Sociopath.
Yeah, we're not wishing harm on the citizens of California. We feel bad for the citizens of California.
Well, they're trapped. They're fucking
even though
ruined.
This is of their own doing for keep electing. Look, they recall Gavin Newsom, and they had a chance to get rid of him.
I know.
And actually get somebody in there.
We love him. We're going to keep him.
Fix shit. But God forbid they put a fucking Republican in there. And, you know, all you people that are for diversity and equity and all, you know who's running against them? A black man. But we don't want to do that. You know why?
Because he's a Republican.
He's a Republican.
He's got an R next to his name, so that's bad.
What they called him, which is Larry Elder, they called him the black face of white supremacy. Now, I don't know how you could be more.
Can you say that? Could you say that, like in public? Like if you took somebody and said that, how canceled would you get? But Larry Elder gets away with that. He gets a pass.
No. Hold on. Larry Elder was the black guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumbled that. Mm-hmm.
Right. Larry Elder was a black guy, but the media calling him the blackface of white supremacy.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry.
I'm like, I don't know how else to fuck.
Why did I jumble that?
How is Larry Elder, the black guy, getting away with saying things about Larry Elder?
Sorry, my brain broke for a minute.
All right.
It's been a day. It's been a day.
All right. I say we should get into the podcast shout outs. Now, I was scolded today because I, in a drunken state on Brand X, did not let Deuce actually find the podcast shout outs, where apparently I am not so lenient with the Duchess. And
You're not at all.
She yells at me.
No, literally, you're like, podcast shout out, Duchess. And then as I pick up my phone to go to the note, why aren't you prepared? You're never prepared. You and Deuce is like, I don't have the note. You're like, I sent it back in June. It was like 2 minutes of back and forth, yada, yada, yuck, good time, junkie boys. Takes me 3 seconds and you lose your shit.
Listen, I was hammered.
Okay.
It was amazing that I could even talk. Okay. All right. Would you like to start off the...
I can because I'm prepared. Thank you.
That's what I do.
I'm a fucking professional.
I vamped until you got ready. See?
Yeah,
I learned from my mistakes.
You tried to give yourself some credibility. I was drunk.
I was hammered. Did you hear the last part of that podcast?
Yeah, I think you sounded fine.
I did?
You didn't sound as fucked up as you have on previous ones.
Man.
There were other ones where like you could just
And the thing was, I only had 4 of them.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Deuce is a Nepo baby. You let him slide with a lot of shit. The Weathered Report with Bruce, Jason, and Ken. And John Domingo.
Read that again. Hold on. Read
that again. Aaron and me.
It's supposed to be the Weather Report with Bruce, Jason, Ken, and the Duchess, because the Duchess is there every morning.
Most mornings. I won't be tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. It's a good show. It's on, if you want to join and you want to listen live, you can go over to Twitter, X, and he does a space every morning, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific time. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun over there.
It's fun.
And I had to say it with Aaron.
Oh, it is. It's the Weathered View. Dang it.
What did I say?
We have it as the Weathered Report.
That's all right, Bruce. I'll fix it.
No, that was Aaron who said it. Aaron corrected us.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I said the one. Is it your turn?
No, I did. I had to say it, and then it's after you.
Okay. All right. Wheelbarrow full of dicks with Mike, Travis, and Drunk.
All right. Do you want to talk about this show and your issues with Mike?
No, I don't have any issues with Mike.
Liar. You liar. Come on. Why don't we just...
Well, I took my tree down because Mike has an issue with the Christmas tree. So Mike's Christmas tree is down since he had a personal offense at me having a tree.
Right.
And apparently he doesn't like the way I edit my social media. So he had a problem with that.
And he also called you a troublemaker in one of the Twitter DM groups.
Yes. Ever since I joined a particular group, he said it went downhill. So
that's
I quit.
A lie. Ever since I joined the Twitter group, it's went downhill. So she's not very happy with Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks.
I thought it was a little mean, but you know. But apparently that's Mike, so that's cool. Thanks, Mike.
All right. Okay.
Just saying. Yeah.
I figure that Mike maybe want to make amends. Maybe.
You know what? Sparky goes, I would have put up a bigger tree. I was going to leave this motherfucking tree up till June, but I broke down all of Christmas this weekend and I was like, you know what? Let me just do it and break it down because it would just make me crazy.
You know what you got to do?
Jody, I know he's fucking with me. I know.
No, she doesn't, Jody.
I do.
She was really, really truthfully upset. Mike, you know what you should do? I love the should. I'm going to should all over you. You should go out and get one of those Christmas tree air fresheners that usually hang on the window and just hang it on that shade behind you so there's a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Just write WFOD
Oh, he'd love that.
and put it back there. I would like that. All right, moving on. Am I Canceled podcast with Eder. Oh my God.
How many drinks tonight?
None.
There you go.
Am I Canceled podcast with Edward and Katie Gooble.
I love Katie Gooble.
I'm
sorry. And Google, Katie Gooble is your name now.
Yes.
Forever.
Name is now officially Katie Gooble.
I know. She's great. I really enjoyed listening to her. I sent her, she had a friend requested me through Discord, so we chatted a bit, and I told her I really did like her as the second mic, so I hope that continues, and I'm very proud of Edward for also adding a Katie to his crew.
Wow. Does everything that I do.
You're such a copycat.
I have it.
Well, he found another talented Katie.
He
so I'm
found a
proud of
Katie.
him.
I get it. But you know what I say. You got to put the goo in Google. There we go.
And tomorrow night, this one will be especially important for Shitty Song of the Week with Red and Jody, because we'll be recording tomorrow night with Red and Jody.
I'm excited about this.
It's going to be fun.
Can't wait. I've never done the show before, so it should be a lot of fun.
Don't talk about the song because I don't know if Red knows it.
Okay.
Jody does, but I don't think Red knows.
Jody knows it, but I think we've got a pretty good song. And then when we get done, I'm going to come back in here, and I expect all of you to vote for us.
We will share the link.
I need you guys to be Democrats and vote more than once.
Jody says we're going down.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know what they're bringing, so.
The TNA podcast with Jason Roach and Sam Hall. Did they hear our last episode? Because I would love to hear what they thought about your readings of the.
No, I don't. I don't think they did. I'll have to.
And will you eat my cookie? I have a feeling.
Eat my cookie. They would probably love that.
Yes.
I don't know if they've dropped their podcast yet. I can send the link to.
Yeah, I think I would send I don't know. I'll have to pull some of the video and send it over there. I think it would. I know Sam would love it. I think he would.
Probably not, but it's funny because it's awkward. So,
are you kidding me? Those guys will run off a hand batch listening to that.
Well, not.
I don't think they will.
No, because I laughed through the whole thing. It's
now
certainly
you're being
not
disingenuous. You know they're going to love that.
Well, they'll get a hoot out of it. I don't think they'll love it. Like you said, what did you say? Never mind.
Hand batch.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Okay. Okay. Stop. Shooting the Shiznit with BT.
And the Bromigos podcast with
Undercover change that.
Newman, Coach, and Panama Red.
Newman. Poor guy.
Newman.
All righty. I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam.
Yep. And the Fine Whining podcast with Mike, Jerry, and Cheese. Wow, Cheese already got down to the third mic. He got knocked down to the third mic. It's usually Mike, Cheese, and Jerry. Right?
Oh,
no?
Maybe? I don't remember.
I
thought we've had it this way.
Right.
All right. The Brand X podcast with Deuce, Joe, and John Domingo.
I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody listens to the show. And I got to tell you, I don't even fucking care. I just love the fact that Joe and Deuce come over and we drink and we eat cheesesteaks and just, I started the podcast off with, I had like a couple notes and then they just go off on a tear. I said, if you listen to podcasts, like I've never seen so many podcasts about like comic books and shit like that. And the next thing I know, we're talking about, like I just turned our podcast into a comic book podcast, but
I know. I'd love to have been part of that conversation because I was like, oh, I know these.
Really? I don't.
Well, the Punisher, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't read the comics, but I like the Marvel's version.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We touch on a lot of different things,
Yeah.
and we switch topics and go back and forth. But it's just a very easy listening podcast that we have a lot of fun with. Brand X, big fan. All you Dabble folks need to check it out. It was my original podcast, to be honest with you. We had a lot of fun with it. And then, Deuce, he, what did he call him? Nepo baby. I don't know. Oh, nepotism.
Yeah.
That's not fair. But It is a lot of fun. And Joe, and those guys saw a lot of the drones. Like Joe actually had one of those big drones over his house. He said it was the size of a Suburban. And Deuce sees them all the time where he works.
Well,
but what he did say was they were the ones with the propellers. So they're actually drones, but we don't know where they're coming from, and they're not supposed to approach him or do anything. But I want to know where the spheres ones are, because what's her name? Nancy Mace. She said that she was in one of the skiffs and she got a briefing, and she can't really talk about it. But she said that they know some of them, but there's 2 of these drones that they can't explain, and they don't know where they're coming from. So that's interesting. And Trump said, second day of the administration, when I'm in there, we're going to give you a report on all the drones. So
we'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are military, and I do think there's also just people that are just, well, maybe not those particular ones you're referencing, but I think there's a lot of people fucking around flying drones, freaking out people.
The ones that don't have propellers.
I literally just said not the particular ones you referenced. There are people fucking around, though.
Yeah,
for sure, fucking with their neighbors.
Did you see the one where the guy puts lights on fucking balloons and sends them up into the fucking air?
Fucking people, oh my God. I know. People lose their shit so easy.
Mm-hmm. Why don't I do this next one? Because that's the one I'm supposed to do, right?
Mm-hmm. You're up next anyway. Yep.
Thank you. The Old Man's Podcast with Tom. Now, here's the funny thing about Tom. Like his podcast, but I don't think we're his cup of tea.
I don't think we are.
No.
He's very nice, though.
Very nice. Very West Coast. Very North.
Very
West
PG.
Coast,
Very PG.
Very PG. Doesn't curse.
No.
Doesn't talk about politics. Nothing like that. But
it's very conversational. It's chit chatty, and if that's what you're looking for, it's great. They were very friendly, fun topics to chit chat on. But if you're looking for like intense arguing or politics or cursing or people just yelling at each other, we're that side of that.
No one over there uses the C word.
No, definitely not.
No,
they're not. They're definitely not. Now, I've listened to a few people who I know were on that. Like I've wandered around. I'm still trying to figure out Podbean. It's not super intuitive.
I told you so.
Yeah. And the desktop version is not the same as the app, because I clicked on things on the desktop and then I go to the app. I'm like, well, where the fuck? I have the account. Why isn't it not reflecting instantly? Like I had to shut one down to open the other. It was very weird. You couldn't. It's not like Google where you make an adjustment there and it instantly like it reflects it. You're like, if you're in a Google Doc and 2 people are in it and you make a change, immediately it's there. Like Podbean wasn't like that.
One thing about John Domingo, he will never lead you astray when it comes to podcasting. When I tell you,
you're a true professional.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. I can say that for sure. But I'm tinkering around on it just to play with it.
Tom, there's plenty of you got a PG podcast. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it on X. You can put it on all these places. Why limit it? I mean, you'll have so many more people coming into it if they can actually get to it instead of driving them to that Podbean app. Ugh.
Wow.
And listen, I even put the Podbean app on my iPad so I can listen live. I haven't been able to do it yet, but it's there. Like I did it.
Getting there. Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Under protest. All right, one more.
All right, last one. Who's Right podcast with Doug and Anthony.
Back on the list.
Yes.
Because if you go to the Brand X podcast near the end.
John had a temper tantrum.
Would you call it a temper tantrum, or did I just explain my?
Well, it was more like a rant. It was like, loudly, and 4 double old fashions deep. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I explained my position, and since Duchess likes that podcast, and I like one of the hosts, I said, you know what? What am I, Elon Musk? John, does your iPad have one of those protective cases with the handle?
Like a little kid, like the 2-year-olds with their iPads, with the big rubber, the big silicone.
Look, I have 2 iPads. One of
them
is what I use for my soundboard. If I can put it here. Since we're talking, I'll give you a little.
Since we're talking
here. Of course, I got this I just unplugged Siri, so this is the one. This has my iPad on it. Like when I hit my drops. Where's the tinfoil for my hat? And then I can go back.
Studio tour. Yeah.
Here's that. And then I have another one. That is right here.
Oh, that one's not out, I guess.
I have this one here. It doesn't have a handle, but it has a case.
Oh, is that those really hard ones that has the
Right.
keyboard inside? I love that.
That's a keyboard. So
I love the
only
keyboard
thing it is
inside.
missing, Katie, is the handle. But,
I brought my iPad home from work, and it's exactly with that
yeah, I
hard
love
case.
that. I love the fact that I can take it upstairs and put notes on it. So I listen. I love the Mac Apple system. You know, iPhone, iPads, Mac Mini, everything goes to everything. I love it. A crowd fund to get you one with a handle. You know something, Katie?
Katie likes you.
First of all,
crusty old bugger.
No, she does. Of course. What's not to love? I'm just a lovable,
John Jaminga.
I'll be honest with you. If I could have found one with a handle, I probably would have got one with a handle because it's these things are hard for me. It's hard to carry around.
Well, they're bulky because you can't. It's not like a podcast. I fucking knew it.
You notice it's in a backpack. It's actually in the back. I guess I'll turn the comments on since it's almost over the show. You can actually see what's going on.
No, with well, I'm surprised they don't. I'm sure they have it, but I'm sure there's one that you can like sling it so you can like wear it like diagonal, like
oh
like
my
a bag
God, of, what do they call that?
like a saddle bag or something. Yeah, like Indiana Jones, like he carries all his shit. Yeah,
you need a satchel.
A satchel.
Who's going to Amazon after this? So one of the things when Deuce came over, so I have the whole setup over there for when people come live. Or when Deuce comes down here, I have a whole nother setup over there. And so the problem was I didn't have the bar cart. So what I did was I ordered another bar cart, and it's coming in.
Ordered a bar
and
cart.
It'll be here for the next one.
Perfect.
It'll be, it's here. And then Deuce is like, why are you spending money on this shit? I said, because, dude, look, I don't know how much time I have left on this planet. I don't know. Every once in a while I get like a chest pain. I'm like, is this it? I'm one of those guys. Yeah, immerse. Right. That's what I need. And so I said, look, when I die, I'm putting this in the will that you get it. You get the bar cart.
And all the stuff on it, right?
Well, all the stuff on it's his.
Okay, that's probably true. He brings all the liquor.
He brings all the liquor over here. And you know something? Like he made the old fashions, and they were good. But I think he makes them with bourbon. And don't get me wrong, they're good. But I think they're a little too strong for me because, like I said, I only had 2 doubles. And you say I was okay, but like afterwards, I crawled up the steps and went to bed. Like after I got the episode,
like 10 hours.
You know how? Listen, I was.
It was a great sleep, I bet. Right?
I was polluted and was still able to put out a podcast. Like that podcast went out that night.
I know.
I was still able to put that podcast out. I crawled up the steps, got in bed. I think it was like 8:00 and slept until 10:00 the next day. I don't know, but the doctor says you shouldn't really drink on that medication. I go, can I have a drink a month? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, just
all right. Meaning 4. I'm gonna have 4 or 6 of them. Well, I'm looking forward to the next.
Here's when I put it in.
Oh my God. Well, I'm looking forward to the next Brand X. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I got to set up a microphone across the room for the Duchess because she'll be over there.
Well, I'll get. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I have to like sit with my not talk.
It's not a podcast that Duchess won't go on.
You invited me.
I understand that.
Okay. I didn't like insert myself into that podcast. If you
remember. I have to give you the mixer and everything.
I know your Christmas presents. So.
Right. I got to give you all that stuff. So you got to come over here and pick it up. I'm not delivering it. You know me. I never look at. I go outside. I look at the weather. Go get your shit yourself. Listen, if the temperature is below 50, I don't go outside. It's the way it is.
That's all right. It'll be fun. Oh, one more thing. So we touched on it, but we never discussed it. And we even talked about that we didn't discuss it. Let's go back to the Philadelphia fan. That was a douchebag in the stands.
So we didn't talk about it on the show? I'm sorry. All right. So
you and I talked pre-show, and then we talked football, and then we never dove into what that guy did.
All right. So here's the thing about Philadelphia fans. We are passionate. and we hate the other opposing team. Now, this is where I differ from other fans, other Eagles fans. I will rip the other team, I will rip the other fans, I will ha the other fans and all that other stuff. But I do it as all in good fun. All right. In other words, we're enemies because it's our teams playing.
Right. It's a battle. Yeah.
Right. I'm not. Last time Minnesota came here, they were all bitching. Well, first of all, this is what they did. They thought they were funny. They went down to the art museum and they put a Vikings jersey on the Rocky statue.
Yeah,
and they
you don't mess with the Rocky statue.
Gold chant on the steps like they were coming in and pissing on our town. So then when they went to go to the game, apparently a lot of Eagles fans decided that they should give them free beer, and they were launching full cans of beer at the
yeah, that's not cool either.
It's not cool. It's not really. I don't want to hurt any of the fans. Now, if you want to boo them, shoot them the finger. Like I remember one, this little
you can heckle them, but you can't.
Yeah, it was like 11-year Eagles fan walked up to one of the and said, "Hey," and the guy went to shake his hand, and the kid pulled his hand back like this, like, "Hey," that I think that's okay. I don't like it when you fight them or throw beer on them or listen.
That I have a problem with it. It's aggressive. It's so aggressive.
They spend money to come to the city. Mm-hmm. They stay in hotels. They go to restaurants. They buy
tourism money. Mm-hmm.
They should be able to go to one of the things about the Eagles fans is they travel to every stadium. Like
Steelers ones do too. Very dedicated fan base.
Really well. Yeah. When we went to play the Rams, it was almost like a home game. Like when the Eagles made a big play, you should have heard the crowd.
When you see them pan out and you just see like green, like a sea of green, it's crazy.
All right, crazy. I'm getting ripped in the fucking chat about me not going outside. Oh, I bet John goes outside if there's a sale on the crib.
Sparky.
That's not true. They don't have to be on sale. I'll still go out and get one.
I go to the drive-thru. It don't matter.
All right. So what happened was the Packers. There was a Packers woman there, mm-hmm. and she, and there was I guess when one of the Packers running back thought he was in for a touchdown, but his mm-hmm. knee hit and he was like a half a yard away.
Yes.
So the guy's like, "Oh, close, a touchdown."
Sure. Yeah.
And they said, "Well, it's a half a yard away. It's going to be a touchdown," which was. But then he called her an ugly fucking cunt. And then he kept saying
he's sitting right behind her. So like it's not like you can walk away. Like you pay a lot of money for those tickets.
Right. And you're stuck with that. And he kept saying it. So
all night.
The woman's fiance was there and he videoed it. So, and he put it on social media. And I don't condone that. I don't, it's not nice to do something like that, especially to a woman. And I know that couple was not from the Philadelphia area. Like there's Philadelphia people mm-hmm. here that are Packers fans. That'll go in.
I know a lot of Packers fans locally.
Right.
Yeah.
That was not a Packers fan from Philadelphia, because if that guy would have called a Philadelphia fan, fiance a ugly, dumb cunt,
he'd be missing teeth.
Yeah, there would have been a fist fight there. That I know. But so anyhow, they identified this guy.
Oh, well, they put, the video went up and they're like, hey, help us find this guy. So
they did.
The powers of the internet.
So we don't know if he's going to get fired from his job or not. But
he's gonna get fired from life. He's gonna get wrecked. Well, he's gonna get put on everything. They're gonna because the Eagles will be like, we don't advocate.
Yeah, maybe they should throw him out. They'll have to find out what seat he was in.
Yeah,
and then they might whoever's ticket. Let's say he bought that ticket from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
They'll suspend that ticket because every ticket in Lincoln Financial Field it's sold out. Every game is sold out, but a lot of people will buy. 2 tickets for the season and games, but it's a playoff game.
Yeah, they'll resell them or whatever. Yeah,
right. I doubt they're resold.
Probably not. Who knows?
I don't know that, but you can make a lot make selling a playoff ticket to somebody from Green Bay or something like that. They can go up for $1,000 a piece, and people pay for them even more. So anyhow, I don't condone it. Listen, Philly fans get a bad rap. And to be honest with you,
y'all don't help yourselves. That's the problem.
I don't care. We're passionate about our team and we take no shit. And, I don't believe in the fighting. I believe giving it back. I mean, we can give as good as we get. I don't believe in the violence and I don't believe in the name calling and shit like that. Personal. I mean, if you want to call them like cheeseheads or whatever.
Well, that's
but
that's
it should
part
be
of the thing.
It should be in the spirit of the game. at the end of the day,
I could see a good-natured, like you're razzing the fans, like, good play,
Right.
but like to be like aggressive and call her horrible names.
Yeah, that's not
Like,
right.
come on, man.
It's
Like,
not right.
don't be a douche.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't.
it's not. I've seen it. Well, it's funny because that's when you and I were talking about that. Like when I knew the Steelers were coming out to. They were playing the Jets and the Giants, and I thought, oh great, I could go to MetLife. No, they're both playing. I'm not on the mic. Sorry, they're both playing in Pittsburgh, and then the one time they were out East Coast where I thought I could get tickets would be when they played Philly. And I said to you, I was like, oh, I'll go. I can wear my Steelers thing. And you said, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't wear your Steelers jersey because they will tear you apart.
Yeah,
but the tickets were outrageous. Like for anything where I was like maybe halfway down, it was like $600-700 a ticket.
I'll be honest with you. You should be able to wear the other people's colors to a game and not be shit. But I've been to too many fucking games where you see somebody in the other with the other team's gear on, and they're throwing fucking beer on them and food on them and all. And
there's no way I would melt down. I don't do well with that.
All right, say what you want about my Eagles. They are moving on to the next round.
Yeah.
Unlike the Steelers.
I know.
But I have I don't know. I have
I texted you and said congratulations.
I know you did. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that. But I have the press conference after the game with the head coach of the Steelers, Mike Tomlin.
Be honest, I knew we was going to lose as soon as I saw Russell Wilson doing hot yoga, listening to Enya in the aisle on the team playing like a jackass with his old Urkel-looking ass. I'm tired of his fruity nickname, too. Mr. Unlimited My Ass. The only thing unlimited about him is fucking turnovers. He's definitely a virgin. I haven't won a playoff game in 8 years, and I'm always around 500. I'm basically the black Jeff Fisher. Even Doc Rivers thinks I'm an average coach. I always say the standard is the standard, and that standard is a 9-8 season and getting our ass beat in the first round of the playoffs. Look, once I get to the playoffs, I check out. My job is done. I start planning vacations and shit. The last time I won a Super Bowl, Nancy Pelosi was still a fine piece of ass. Now her tang smells like a fucking truck stop shower. Despite this loss, my expectations for next season haven't changed. And those expectations are to do just barely enough to keep my job.
Maybe.
I love that. See. I'm sorry, but I don't care what
you didn't do that, did you? Was that somebody else's?
I'm not that talented. I know how to do shit like that.
I didn't see it, but yeah, it's
Mike says, I could be wrong, but I think that might be AI generated. Can't pull on you, Mike.
Mike's a pro. Yeah, it was really bummed out. But I honestly, as soon as I knew it's all the things had to line up for them to win. So they got kind of handed the playoff slot. I mean, they lost, but because of the way everybody else fell, we got in. So literally wild card.
Does he lose his job?
I don't know, but I think there's going to be some major player shuffles. But I thought so too. But we have players that deserve to be playing at playoff status. We TJ Watt, we have Cam Hayward. He totally deserves that. We've got Pickens. Absolutely, he's an excellent wide receiver. Calvin Austin. We've got great running backs. They're not cohesive. Like it's when Pat Freiermuth missed the very first pass of the game, and he catches everything. He's an incredible tight end. And just to see it just like off his hands, I was like, well, this is not a good start. So
okay,
it's depressing.
I'm going to ask you one last question.
Sure.
Should he lose his job? That's a yes.
I think that a team who has no coach or needs some coaching, he might do well with them. I think there needs to be some new voices in the Steelers. And where that's going to be, I don't know.
Sorry. I'm trying to
where that's going to be, I don't know. But I've heard quite a few, like on sportscasters, like Talking Heads, Stephen Smith, I think Shannon Sharp, and they're all like, no disrespect, because they love Mike Tomlin. Everybody loves him, but I'm like, but we're not winning. We're spinning our wheels in place. We're not going anywhere. And he's got people that can do it, but it just seems like it's
Andy Reid. Andy Reid did the same thing here. He kept
They
making
referenced that too. You know, they said, look, at one point, Don Shula left.
Right.
Andy Reid moved on. Like it happens. It's okay, you know, and it's okay to move. Players move around all the time. It's okay if a coach goes.
All that to say, fire Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. See, Budvugger, who is also a Steelers fan, said he should have lost that job a couple years ago.
All right.
He's wasting the careers of some of these guys. So.
All right, everybody. We're checking out.
I'm checked out.
We'll be back Thursday? Jesus Christ, it was Thursday already?
Yeah.
All
Hire
right.
Mike Rowe.
Hire Mike Rowe.
I'll go to the game.
Listen,
I'll work for free.
Duchess couldn't like the Steelers anymore, even if Mike Rowe was the coach.
I don't think I could, but that'd be amazing.
Thank you for everybody that's hanging in
You guys are
here.
awesome. Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Thanks for you make what we do so much fun.
Oh,
Now I
we didn't check
the
voicemails.
I'm not checking a voicemail anymore. I refuse.
Well, I think perhaps there might be one. So we will check it on Thursday.
If you left one, that's great. We'll play it Thursday.
We'll play it Thursday. It gives you all the opportunity to send another one.
BoomerBunker.com. All our socials are in there. The phone number,
Now
all
they
that
are.
stuff right there. Go get it. Go get some.
Follow us, like us everywhere. Share it with a friend or an enemy.
Good.
Share it with everybody.
You're killing us. All right, here we go. Talk to you later.
Bye.